Hi guys, welcome to chapter 7 of the game plan. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about something that's really important, and that is marketing, Young Living Marketing 101, and it is all about how to share the oils. This is a huge area when you become in tune with the marketing and how to share the oils compliantly. Number one, that's huge, and then share them to educate others about learning about Young Living. I think that this is an area where we can all use a little bit of extra work, and I think it's huge for us to be educated in sharing the oils and sharing our reasons behind it. I also really like the beginning of the chapter where it's talking about the truth about multi-level marketing. I know a lot of people have a misconception about MLMs and what they're about. I also know that some people just don't, they think that they're schemes, that it's a pyramid scheme, all sorts of things. I hear that all the time. And I really like how she lays that out in this chapter, that A, pyramid schemes are against the law, and B, that's not what Young Living is. I mean, we are a true business. It is a business model. MLMs are the way to go, because whenever you are purchasing from a store, you're supporting a CEO's third home. I really like that because it really puts it into perspective what when you're purchasing from an individual versus a store like Walmart or a grocery store or a chain of stores. We represent Young Living as independent distributors, so we're representing the company. We're not getting rich off of somebody else's dollar. We are actually providing a product and a service to people, and in turn the compensation plan is amazing. So I think it's important to really understand what an MLM is and what it has to offer as a business model. Not everybody's going to be interested in the business model, and that's okay. I think that was the hardest part for me, and what I've struggled with in this business is finding business builders. But I'm continuing to educate myself on the business and continuing to pour into self-development to learn more about MLMs and how to make them more, I guess, in my case, to help benefit me and my family. I like that it's the flexibility. I like that I can do it on my own time. I like that it has amazing benefits, but a lot of people, they don't see that. They're so used to going in and punching a clock from 9 to 5, and they aren't educated on something like this sort of business model. So once you explain to people, because you're going to come across people who are just not feeling an MLM, but there's a really good video that Sarah says that she shares with people who really are like not on the MLM bandwagon, and it's called "I Still Think It's a Pyramid Scheme," and her name is Patty Petrini, and she said that it's 3 minutes long, and it's really will get them thinking about the whole design of an MLM. There's other things that are problems. I think that we face a lot of objections and different things, just overcoming the misconceptions about multi-level marketing and what it is. The number one thing, though, that I like is that Young Living offers a business model for people who want to pursue the business. It's available for any member. There's not you don't have to pay a bigger fee to enroll. You don't have to invest any more than the next person. That's what I believe a true MLM is about. Like, some people think, oh, well, I didn't get into the oils when it was popular. Here's the deal. Young Living has been around over 23 years, and no time is better than right now. Right now is a good time. Any time is good. Some people get that in their head. Well, I didn't get in when it was at the ground, and I didn't build my way up. But I think it's really important that it's been around for over 22 years, and I'm still making great money. I didn't get in when it started. I've only been in since 2013, but I'm still pursuing the business in Young Living. I also think that it's just a great side business for anybody wanting to make a little bit of extra money. If that is what a pyramid scheme's about, she says, sign me up. I mean, it's all about replacing income, building dreams, and pursuing your why. So I think that Young Living has us all in their best interest whenever they built this compensation plan, because it's amazing. So she believes that you have to have a strong why for your Young Living business. We're not talking about our purpose or our story. We're talking about why Young Living. Why did you choose Young Living? And I really think we need to educate ourselves on why we chose Young Living and what about Young Living stands out to us that we are 100% loyal to it. Number one, I think it's the transparency. I think they have a company that is member driven. I like that their farms are open. I like that they encourage us to participate in plantings and harvestings. I like that they are driven by their members. I feel that they have a lot to offer, not just essential oils, other products. I think it's a great time to educate yourself on why you choose Young Living. And sometimes it's just because, oh, that's the person that spoke to me first. This is important for us because if you have a why with your company, then you can pursue it more and you can educate others and market in that area. There is a great book called The Gary Young, and it is The World Leader in Essential Oils. I highly recommend you get your hands on that book. If you can't purchase it, I'm sure a leader or somebody has it. It just really lays out the history of Young Living, and you can just get a feel for all of the passion and why he does what he does. The next thing that we cover in this is you have to be proud to be an entrepreneur. That is another huge thing. So often I think we just aren't educated on what being an entrepreneur is, or being a Young Living distributor. You have to own that. So there's tons of resources. There's a great DVD called Rise of the Entrepreneur. It's a great video that really educates you on what being an entrepreneur is. If you believe in the product and the company and that MLMs are legitimate, this is a vehicle for entrepreneurs to reach financial freedom. I really like that. You may still struggle with the fear of selling. One thing I like to educate people is I've never sold a kit. I educate people to make wise choices for their family's health and for their own wellness. So you have to get in that mindset. You're not selling oils. You're not just in it for the $50 fast start or kit bonus. I've empowered people to trust their instinct when they start educating and learning more about the oils. I really like how she says she issues the 3 cabinet challenge at classes, and that is to tell people in her class to go home, open their cabinets, and look on the backs of all the products in their cabinets and kind of start purging, get rid of things that have chemicals in it that are not good for your body or good for your family or the environment. So you can make the switch, the chemical-free switch to essential oils. There's going to be some people that jump on 100% and some people that can only make a little bit change here or there, but I think anybody who makes a change is in a positive direction. That's one less chemical you're using in your home. That's what she really stresses. She says never once has she ever felt salesy. I don't feel salesy with Young Living. I feel like I have a passion to educate people how to take care of their own health and wellness. The next thing she talks about is that what it takes to share oil successfully. She says there's 2 things you need to do in this business extremely well, and that's you have to have passion and you have to have compassion. You need passion for the product, and then you need compassion for your people. And that's true. I think that we all need to focus in those 2 areas. We need to continually educate ourselves and learn about the product, and then pour into our members and educating people. So if we're passionate about the product and we have compassion for members and building friendships, and that is all you need to make this business successful. She says that every person has a niche when it comes to oils. The way to their heart is a diffuser for their home. Hey, that works. That's great. I think everybody, if they get their hands on oils, they'll love them. I think it's just getting past that mental block of what is this. So some people put more into their pets' health than they do their own health. So you need to figure out what area your new member is passionate about. Are they passionate about their health? Are they passionate about their animals? Are they they're going to have an area, and then you can educate them and market based on that area. The next thing that I hear so often is people are they're not secure in themselves in order to educate and teach a class. So I think it's important for us all to know that we're not going to be experts. We're not going to be aromatherapist or have a degree or be a naturopath doctor. I think it's important to just do your own research, educate yourself, and continue to grow in the product. That's one thing that I think people do not have to market a class. You do not need to be a certified aromatherapist. I have people come, she said she has people come all the time saying they can't teach a class because they're not certified. And she says it's not about what you know, it's about the resources you have from experts who have gone before you. And I think that's really important, that we have tons of resources and materials available at our fingertips. Google can be your best friend. You do not need to be an expert. So as long as you keep instilling that in yourself, I think you will overcome that fear. And the longer you are a part of the business, the more you will learn. It becomes second nature. It's really good to give the credibility to somebody else, so you're not claiming to know it all. I think that's really good, and they call it a third party, I guess, validation, where if you have somebody that is a little bit more educated in it, come alongside you to vouch for you, it gives you a little bit more credit. The number one thing for us to do is empower people to do their own research and lead them to the right resources. I always tell my members that if it's something that I don't know, if I can't find the answer, I will ask somebody who is more educated in the area. I'm not 100% great with essential oils in pregnancy, so I turn to the people who have used oils during pregnancy. It's a simple process. Instead of trying to be everything to the people you are trying to educate, rely on the experts to train your team. You don't always have to know the answer, and I think some people are intimidated by that. Like, I'll tell them, if I don't know the answer, I will find it out for you, and I think that's huge. So when you use these tools to empower your team, your marketing is amazing. The last thing is that you will never get to a place where you actually know it all. You never will. And if you think you do, then that's not the case. So you need to always be open to learning something new. Every day we can learn something new. Relationships will open more doors than any title, and that's huge. Building relationships, cross-line, upline, downline, all with Team YL. I think that's important. You want to build a relationship because that is an extension of your organization. The greatest tool is not a title, but your connection to the others who have gone before you. So that's great. It says find someone who knows what you're looking for and get good at locating tools and putting them in the hands of those asking the questions, and you'll grow crazy without a title. I think that's huge because so many times people, if they do get a title, they get stuck in that area. So I think it's important for us to always be willing to learn more. You don't need to say, there's nothing that you don't need to say or do. The information and mindset from this chapter will make sure you're sharing the oils confidently and not turning people off. Number one thing is sharing your stories and your testimonies. Share. Be compliant when you're sharing, and always marketing the product and being a product of the product. I think that's very important along learning this business. I think you always need to be willing to learn from somebody that is more knowledgeable, and you always need to be willing to let people know that, hey, it's okay to not have the answer. Not everybody is going to be 100% knowledgeable of essential oils. So I think the more you grow in this business, the more you will grow as a person. So I think it's important. So make sure today that you read your chapter 7, do your workbook, and I want you to tell me one thing. Let's see. I want you to tell me one thing that you like about the video that Pat Petrini. I still think it's a pyramid scheme. I want you to watch it. It's 3 minutes. It's not long. I'll post the link to the video in the comments, and I just want you to watch it and tell me something that you thought was informative in it, and if it's something that you could share. Hope y'all have a great week. Good luck, and I will talk to you later. Bye.